style, you know, unpatriotic, un-American. You know, you're not cool if you're driving one of these big gas guzzlers.
By 1974, the era was over. But if the Peterson Museum muscle car exhibit is any indication, many of those dreams live on.
A lot of people remember muscle cars from their youth, and they're more popular than ever right now. They recall feelings of warmth and remembrance, and people enjoy reliving fond memories of the past, and muscle cars helps them do that.
We love muscle cars!
Coming up, how many muscle car maniacs never stopped living the dream. And we'll show you which muscle cars you can ride all the way to the bank.
So, $187,000.
And finally, it's the car that made TV history. Put on your Daisy Dukes. We're going to the Dukes of Hazzard Festival. For as long as there have been muscle cars, there have been drag races.
It's just always been there since I was a kid, you know, and it's still here.
And while the styles may have changed, the visceral thrills that come with drag racing are as powerful as ever.
It's a rush, front tires come up off the ground. You're just thrown back into the seat and off you go.
Just visit your local racetrack on any given weekend, and you'll meet hundreds of muscle car owners who have never stopped enjoying their rides.
Some people go to the mountains to find their inner peace. Some people go to the ocean. I come to the drag strip.
Behind the wheel of their 1964 Chevy Impalas, Fire Chief Michael Smith and auto shop mechanic Paul Gonzalez find peace with the world. But once they arrive at the track, it's war.
We're the best of friends until we line up next to each other, and then all friendships are off on the start line.
Paul bought his blue Impala just out of high school. 30 years later, he met its red evil twin.
Now when I show up at the track, people go, whoa, there's two of you guys. I said, yeah, that's my evil twin. He's the fast guy.
The twins are set to duke it out at the Good Guys 17th Annual Nitro Nationals in Sonoma, California. From grocery getters to highly modified fuel guzzlers, roughly 400 cars line up to drag the quarter mile.
It's a 1970 Chevy Camaro, running a 498 big block Chevy.
Best this car has gone is 1070 at 127 miles an hour.
This is my 66 Chevelle Malibu.
Many owners modify their cars beyond recognition, hoping the extra muscle will leave the competition in the dust. From fiberglass hoods and tubbed out rears to roll bars and doors lined with sheet metal, some guys spend their life savings on their vehicles.
I spent probably $200,000 over the last 5 years on the car. You might get half of it back when you sell. I don't think I'm ever going to sell it though. Bury me in it.
In these cars, you don't ride, you hang on. But just as there are super modified cars at the track, there are super simple grocery getters, a term used to describe drag vehicles that are street legal.
Motors are almost identical. The red car has aluminum heads and a 3-speed transmission. The blue car has iron heads and a 2-speed transmission. I want the cars to look as original as possible, but really go fast.
How fast is fast? We're about to find out as the evil twins face off. Today's drag racers don't have to wait for the checkered flag, but do have to hit the gas right after the amber light. Go before that amber light, you automatically lose. For about 10 heart-pounding seconds, the drivers give it their all. But the race is technically over before it even began.
I think you cheated.
Hey.
You cheated.
No, you cheated.
You cheated. I ran too fast, but you cheated. You lit the red bulb.
You went around me awfully hard there.
My reaction time was a little slow, but Paul went way too fast. He lit the red bulb, so that's a foul. But I drove around him, and I crossed the stripe first. The evil twin took the strike.
Oh, well.
Yeah. Good race.
Thank you.
The race doesn't always go to the swiftest. Lately, winning depends on how well the driver predicts his car's performance. It's called bracket racing, or ET racing, because the driver must estimate the time it will take to reach the finish line.
Bracket racing is a game of consistency, not how fast you are.
Old man Jim Taylor is a professional bracket racer. He plans to shut out the competition at Pontiac Drag Days, a racing series at the Los Angeles County Speedway.
Last year, I was lucky and won the professional bracket championship. We'll see about this year.
After a few qualifying runs, racers dial in the number of seconds they think it will take them to reach the quarter-mile mark. Run quicker than your dial, it's a breakout, and you lose. Guess far slower or sandbag, and you lose.
So you've got to have the best reaction time, and your car has to run as close to what you've guessed as possible.
Money, prizes, a lot of fun, a lot of nice people.
Pro racer Mark Bechtold is hoping to win that money and those prizes with his beloved 1966 GTO. Drivers pair up within each of the 4 brackets.
Right lane, I'll take the left.
I'll take the right lane.
At the pro level, Jim races against Keith Valentine, who finished 2nd last year.
I get teased by these guys so much. It's a Pontiac, and I run a Chevy motor. And the Pontiac guys treat the Chevy guys like the Chevy guys treat the Ford guys. So I get teased a lot.
Keith runs a 1970 Le Mans with a GTO front end. No bells or whistles whatsoever, Keith's Chevy-powered Le Mans blows the Pontiac Tempest away. And just like that, Old Man Taylor is out.
That's racing. If it was perfect, everybody could do it. But first round losses are tough.
Jim's loss is Mark's gain. He's running strong in the elimination rounds and only has one more driver to beat, Keith Valentine. And in just 11 seconds, he does, taking the win and the glorious rush that goes with it.
It is an adrenaline rush that even after all these years, you don't get over with. I still get down to the end of the finish line and my foot's just like this. Even after all these years. Well, that was fun.
If you're looking to get in on the muscle car action, stay tuned. We've got the inside line on buying, restoring, and selling hot muscle cars.
Sold for $305,000.
And they had their Daisy Dukes on, and their General Lee's out. We're heading to the Dukes of Hazzard Festival. Find a classic muscle car with a hot body, bodacious engine. And you'll see why many guys are in hot pursuit.
Okay, buddy.
Just plant you back in the seat and just hold on.
Come on, lights, stay green.
Now more than ever, muscle car maniacs burn rubber and trunkloads of cash to bring the cars of their adolescent dreams to life.
At 14 years old, this car tends to leave a permanent impression. That's why I love it. Just recently, I decided I was going to go out and build the car of my dreams, and this car is it.
David Chadwick found this 1969 Hemi Cuda convertible on eBay for just $3,800. Now, 4 years and $80,000 later, he's bought himself a ticket to Hemi heaven.
Has a 528 Hemi. It's got a Holley 850 CFM carburetor. It's got a Kiesler 5-speed transmission and a Dana 60 rear end. And it's got all the bells and whistles of modern technology. so you can really have fun with it.
To make his Roadrunner really run, David sought the advice of Jay Biddle, who spends a good deal of time kicking butt on the racetrack. When he isn't racing professionally, Jay juices up cars at JBA Racing in San Diego, California.
All right, well, let's see how she sounds.
All
Go
right,
ahead
man.
and fire her up.
From new transmissions to new rear suspensions and digital dashboards, Jay has countless ways to pump up a muscle car's performance.
I think I hit 6,000.
Is that the first pass or is that the second pass? To me, you are what you drive, and a muscle car embodies that theory or that concept.
Airline pilot Steve Farkas is one of Jay's regulars.
Steve, you have the wing nut?
He and some of the other guys spend their days off and their paychecks tweaking their cars to perfection.
This is my 1970 Boss 302. This is the first car I've ever owned. Drove the hell out of it. Had a lot of fun with it. Last summer, we put this brand new engine in it. It runs great. You'll like it when you hear it here in a second.
Another JBA regular, Evan McManus, bought this 1970 Z28 5 years ago. Evan wants to keep the car close to its stock original, but he couldn't resist a little work under the hood.
Street, dumped the clutch, car went perfectly straight down the road, which is exactly what I was looking for. From then on, it was heaven on the rear end.
Muscle cars are built for cruising in any configuration.
And we're off.
Anytime, anywhere.
Perfect weather, nice cars, great group of guys out here. Just cruising. That's what this is all about.
Greg Raymond is the third generation to pilot this 1964 Pontiac GTO convertible.
Tri-power 4-speed car. This vehicle was best known as the family car as I was growing up.
After inheriting the family GTO, Greg started his own family of muscle cars.
So let's take a little peek at the muscle car garage, where a man rests his muscle car.
Inside his garage, Greg keeps 5 pristinely maintained machines, including a gleaming 2004 GTO.
I never thought I'd see the day growing up that you could go into a dealer and pick up a 300, 350, 400, 450 horsepower muscle car. So I embrace that, and I'm a fan of that.
Is that power steering seeming good? Or is it creaking a little bit?
It's been aching a little bit around. I think it might need some extra fluid or something. Might need to check it out.
For Jay Biddle and his 17-year-old son Austin, this classic Mach 1 Mustang provides a classic way to bond.
Well, I didn't have the opportunity to grow up with a dad who loved muscle cars. In fact, my dad was a veterinarian who wondered what I was doing when I fell under the first car I loved and started to work on it. And it was kind of a dream to have him have the same passion for cars that I did.
For some, they fulfill a dream. For others, they make a fortune. When we come back, how muscle cars demand bulging wallets and how you can buy and restore one yourself. And then, Humpy, I don't think we're in Mayberry anymore. We're off to the Dukes of Hazzard Festival with 40,000 of our closest friends to celebrate, among other things, the famous muscle car of them all. When it comes to street value, muscle cars are the hottest items on the block.
So, $187,000. $187,000. For a while, it looked like it was going to go sailing past 200.
popular models in excellent condition can fetch thousands at car auctions, such as Barrett Jackson.
Sold for $305,000 plus an 8% commission.
So it's no surprise that savvy car collectors come in droves to score a piece of the action.
What's up? Hi, Gary. Very good to see you.
Gary Shep has always loved cars, even more now that he can make a living buying, restoring, and selling them.
Growing up, we were always criticized that we spent too much money on our cars. We never got our money back out of our cars. Today, it's the opposite. You can restore a car, and it's a piece of art today, and you can recover back what you spent on it.